Hi everyone! So I've had a lot of questions lately about eye primers, so I thought I'd put together a little video for you. Number one would be, what is an eye primer? Why would I use it? Eye primer is something that you lay down on your eyelid before you apply your shadow. It could be a concealer, it could be a large eyebrow pencil or eye pencil, it could be foundation, it could be a cream shadow, or it could be an actual proper liquid or pasty type eye primer. Why would you use it? Well, it makes your eyeshadow last a lot longer. If you have, say, a 12-hour day ahead of you, then you might want to use a primer. If you're just going out for like an hour and after that you don't care what you look like, you might not want to use a primer. Primer is going to give you a nice even finish to your eyelid before you apply any shadow, because most of them do have some type of coloring to them. So it'll sort of even out your skin tone on your eyelids, and it helps your shadow show its true intensity. Let me do a little demo here. I have here my MAC palette, and I'm going to use this color here, Shimmer Moss, as my demo. MAC is well known for having really great quality eyeshadows, great pigmentation. So I'm using a flat shader brush, and I'll show you why I would use a primer. I have quite a bit of product on my brush, and I guess I'll use this part of my arm here. Bare skin, no primer. So I'm putting it on, and I'm really not getting a lot of color payoff. So I'm going back into my product here. And it's okay, but I mean, it's a little deceiving. You look at it in the pan and you're like, oh, it's the same color, I can see that, but it's kind of disappointing. So if I wanted it to be really intense, I would use my sticky one here. This one's from Sephora. It's kind of like a lip gloss. I actually don't like it all that much, but it's really good for when I want intensity out of colors. So I'm going to apply a thin layer of that here. And it should make my shadow much nicer. Oh yeah. So right away you can see that it really picks up the color nicely. The intensity is quite noticeable, and it's also going to last a lot longer. So there's the why. Next thing, there's lots of different types you could use, lots of different options for using a primer. You don't necessarily have to go out and buy Urban Decay's Primer Potion or Too Faced Shadow Insurance. You can use lots of things that you likely already have. Option number one, you could buy it in a cheap palette. This was a $4 palette. It's from NYC, and this is my most used eye primer for myself, my own personal preferences. It's this top guy here. This one is a cream highlighter that I never use, but it is quite nice. I like this one because it goes on really quickly, easily. It's got a nice consistency, and it quickly gives you a powdery finish as opposed to the sticky finish. Still works well, still helps out your intensity and the long lastingness. So there's also the Sephora one that's sticky and tacky, really good for colors that need lots of hold, like my Shimmer Moss demo there. Other options, you can use cream eyeshadow. I don't have a lot of cream eyeshadow, but I do have this guy here. This is the Maybelline Eye Studio in Neutral Liaisons. And I really like these colors. I think they're great, but I didn't really know what to do with them. I don't really wear creamy eyeshadows. But now that I know about primers and stuff, I do use it a lot more. So this is the middle color. It's sort of a light brown shade right here. And it's very nice. Comparable as a primer to this NYC one in that it's sort of a powdery finish, not very tacky at all. You might use a colored primer like this or a colored product as your primer to intensify the shadow color you're about to lay down on top of it. So if I was going to do like a nice darky brown color like this, to use a matching primer beforehand would really help the intensity of that color. So there's your cream color options. There's also sort of in the same family as the cream shadows would be the Color Tattoos by Maybelline. These are awesome. I know everyone's been talking about them. They're very popular and great option as a primer. So suppose I wanted to do an orange eye. It could happen. I did it the other night. A great option would be to use this Fierce and Tangy of the Color Tattoos. These have really great color payoff. They blend really nicely for a pretty short period of time. They dry and then they're stuck forever. Not forever, till you use soap or some type of an eye makeup remover. But if I wanted to do an orange eye, using this underneath would really intensify it, would make putting the shadow on really quick and easy. It would be a lot less effort than if I was just doing shadow on a dry eyelid. That sounds funny. So other options for your primers would be using a concealer, something you likely already have, and nice to have some versatility. So I hope that answered most of your questions about eye primers. Feel free to leave me any questions, and as always, thanks so much for watching.